Imagine being one of Hollywood's most famous stars for decades and still turning heads with every picture. That is exactly what Goldie Hawn did. Recently, some of her old photos wearing a tiny G-string have resurfaced, and they are leaving fans talking. But here is the thing. There is more to this story than just the pictures. Let us take a closer look at Goldie Hawn, her life, and why these photos are making headlines even now. Goldie Hawn is a name almost everyone in Hollywood knows. She became famous in the late 1960s and 1970s with her fun, bubbly personality and amazing acting skills. Movies such as Private Benjamin and Overboard made her a star. But beyond the movies, Goldie has always had a sense of freedom and confidence that shows in her photos. So, why are these G-string photos causing such a stir? Well, back in the 1970s, Goldie did a photo shoot that was meant to show a carefree, natural side of her. She was on a beach, enjoying the sun, and wearing minimal clothing. For many people at the time, this was shocking, but for Goldie, it was just another way to express herself. She has always been bold and confident in showing who she is. Fast forward to today, these pictures have resurfaced on social media, and people are reacting in all sorts of ways. Some admire her confidence and beauty, while others are surprised that someone from the 1970s could be so daring. But one thing is clear, Goldie Hawn has never been afraid to be herself. Now, it is important to remember something. Goldie Hawn is not just about photos and appearances. She is also an amazing actress who has won awards and made millions of people laugh. Her talent is what truly makes her famous, and the photos are just one small part of her life. Goldie is also a dedicated mother. She has 3 children and has always tried to keep her family life private. This makes the resurfacing of old photos even more interesting, because it shows a side of her that most people do not usually see, the fun, free, and daring side. Let us talk a bit about the history of these photos. Back in the 1970s, photo shoots such as this were not as common. Stars usually stayed covered up in magazines. Goldie's choice to wear a G-string on the beach was a statement. She was saying that she was comfortable in her own skin. It was her way of showing freedom and confidence. Another interesting thing is how these photos have traveled through time. In the pre-internet era, only a few people would see them. Now, thanks to social media, millions of fans can look at these pictures in just a few clicks. That is why it feels like they are new, even though they are decades old. And here is something inspiring. Goldie Hawn is now in her late 70s, and she still looks amazing. She shows that confidence and self-love do not have an expiration date. People often focus only on the pictures, but her life story tells a bigger message. It is okay to be yourself, and it is okay to be proud of your body at any age. Of course, some people have opinions about whether these photos are appropriate or not. But at the end of the day, they were taken with her consent, and they show a young woman enjoying her life. It is easy to judge when we look at photos out of context, but understanding the story behind them gives a new perspective. Goldie has always shared advice about happiness and life. She says that laughing, loving, and enjoying yourself is what really matters. And if these photos remind us of that, then maybe they're not just about looks, they're about freedom, fun, and living without fear. So, what can we learn from all this? First, Goldie Hawn's photos show her confidence and fun-loving personality. Second, her life proves that talent and heart are more important than any single picture. And finally, it reminds us to be ourselves, enjoy life, and embrace who we are. Goldie Hawn is a star in every sense, not just because of how she looks, but because of who she is. These photos might catch your attention, but her story will keep you inspired. Whether you are a fan of Hollywood history, old movies, or just great personalities, Goldie Hawn is someone worth knowing about. And now, thanks to these photos, we get a little glimpse into her bold and carefree side. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed learning about Goldie Hawn and her amazing life, hit that subscribe button and do not miss our next story. Until next time, keep smiling, stay curious, and celebrate the stars who inspire us.